say, I hope that you. That's how we start the video. Okay, so for those that just joined or watching the recording, we are celebrating 1,000 subscribers to the community. Members, not subscribers, 1,000 members to the community. And it's a good day. But I was just about to say to Sam, and this is an advice for everybody, that you should watch my video twice the speed. And I hope that all of you are doing this and not watching. Yes, you're doing right. Thank you. Yeah, please. No?
I
Shimon, you're
can't.
not doing
I can't. I'm at my age, watching your videos at 1x is pretty good. I
it?
can't process information any faster.
I see. I don't know. I watch everything at 1.5, 2, depend of the user. But for my own, always twice the speed. Uh,
I listen to audiobooks at 1.3, and that's content that I want to listen to. So I'm actually there to listen to it, and I usually do that at about 1.3, especially if it's a repeat, if I've listened to it before. And I don't do any more than 1.5. I can do 2. My wife, I don't know how she does it, but she listens to audiobooks at 3 times speed, sometimes two and a
Oh
half.
my
I'm just like,
God.
what? How are you? Like, I literally hear it, and I'm like, are you absorbing this at all? Like, are you even enjoying this? Or are you just listening to it for the point that you just want it in your brain? Anyway, so yeah, but no, I do speed it up sometimes when you just have to get it done. You just have to listen to it. I did that for some work audiobooks I had to listen to.
I have a system on Codex for complex books, like when it's fantasy, where I listen to the audio, but then I get all these maps and all these extracts of where they are, because I can't retain more than one.
Oh,
Yeah. And
oh, I should do that. Oh, I haven't done that yet.
I'll
I'm gonna
send you
do that.
I'll
Thank you,
send you a
Shima.
template. It's amazing because especially when for me, one new name of a city is enough for the day. I can't do more than one new name. And then here, because after you get, oh, this cathedral is in this city and this pub is here. And it just I finish a chapter and suddenly I'm like, oh, now I know what this name was. I'll send it to you. I'll
Yeah,
send
because
it to you.
I
It's really good.
Cool, yeah, because I listened to He Who Fights with Monsters and well, actually, I listened to a lot of books, but like one of the ones that I've just listened to, He Who Fights, and they've just come out of a transformation zone, and it would have been really cool to have seen that as like a real like a risk um uh, uh board uh like a board game, because that's basically what they were doing. They were on a larger level. They were like taking little territories and they had to unify the whole, and then they had to succeed with the whole process. And it would have been really cool to see like little animations of them like getting all of these things as they talked about different because they talked about like, oh, you've unified like half of them and all that sort of stuff. And you can see like a map of it. It would be obviously it would be generation. It wouldn't they didn't describe enough of them to actually know the whole set, but it would be really cool to actually have like some fun things like that to watch. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is
Get,
what you get this. I'll finish now, Manolo. So this is what you
yes.
get. You get like this I've shut down quite a few things, but these are all the characters and then you have the locations and then you have also all the notes that help
Yeah.
you to know who's related to who. And every time I
Right.
finish a chapter, it updates. Sorry, Manolo, go on.
Yeah.
No, no, it's really good. I'm just saw there is some new people, and just
And they
wonder
don't know where they are.
what's going on here. So I want to give at least I think he's a new person, right? Andreska, you're muted. You're unmuted, but we can't hear you.
We still can't hear you. No.
The bottom left, select maybe the right hardware for the microphone. Move the mouse, so you should be able to see on the bottom left, you should be able to see the audio and select the input. And or sign languages, or try to get out and then back in, and maybe it's gonna work.
No?
Ah, yeah,
Yes.
now we can hear you. Yes. quiet, but we can hear you.
Yeah, okay. That's good, I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah.
Can improve
Works.
it until next time.
Nice to have you here. Just give us a short introduction about yourself. Tell us who you are, where you live. I mean, what part of the world you are.
I live in Norway. I'm a developer. I've been working in a company called Drega for the last 20 years. We develop project management software. And of course, these last years, everything has been turned upside down. We had outsourced almost everything we had to Russia. That was a good idea. And now, of course, we have a much smaller team, and we've been working very hard in automating everything and replacing all those assets we had before with AI, mainly for the project we are developing. But of course, it's a lot to learn. It's like having to start all over again. I feel very fresh, like when I was right out of school and trying to learn something completely new. And I listened to your videos. I completely agree with the problem with the big companies kind of locking us into their environment. And I was very curious to what you want to achieve, and so I joined to see what is this, and that's kind of where I am. See what I
Thank
can
you.
contribute, and yeah, what you want to achieve.
So yeah, we want to achieve a lot. Okay,
Yeah.
that's we really think big here, but we also understand the importance of time and growing eh, in a healthy way with the community. Okay, we actually are under an acceleration because everything is exponential. Okay, the growth of community is an exponential curve as always. The use of the system that I'm using to attract the like-minded people, which is YouTube as a way of being a lighthouse, okay, sending the signal to, and then people arrive. It's also works in an exponential curve, but also AI adoption and what is happening because of AI is so the crisis that AI is creating is everything was an exponential. So I believe we are on a hyper exponential curve, and it's gonna be really interesting next few years. So what we are building is the solution for what is coming, okay, which is pretty challenging. The solution happened to be a few things. One is the an infrastructure as a community, which is the DAO, decentralized autonomous organization, and the other it's I mean, coming with the DAO is the a kind of financial system that can support the members, even in a scenario where the human will be replaced by AI from this corporation. And on the other side, we're building a Resonant OS, which is a software which we co-own as a community. So it's not mine and then you become a user. No, you join the community, you become a co-owner of this Resonant OS. Resonant OS is an operation system for AI and the interface to be part of the DAO. Okay, for you for contributing. That is what we are doing. So if you're a developer and you want to contribute as a developer, the best days to do this are Monday, because it's where we meet as the Resonant OS tech developers. Okay, we meet on Monday. And Wednesday, we talk about AI and technology in general. Tuesday is well, I just jumping around those days, but now I need to tell all of them. Okay, so Tuesday is about our Resonant Academy. Okay, is where we learn from each other. So it's if you have things that you want to share and teach others, you know, what you learned about using AI. If there is question that you have to others peers, so we can learn from each other. Tuesday is the day. Thursday, we talk about the community, the DAO, the human AI interaction from the human aspect. So it's not about technology, it's about the humans, okay, us. That is Thursday. Friday, which is today, is a new day. And it's also the reason why there's less people. But it's this new day, it is about automation. So AI, automation, robotics, and anything else that we want to talk about. Um, that's what that's what's happening. Hopefully, it makes sense. So we are looking to grow, even though we are at the moment. Today we made this huge achievement of reaching 1,000 members inside the community. So we are pretty pumped about this. But we are looking to grow to, millions, in the millions. That's the direction. So we are looking for a serious science DAO. And the DAO is a community of communities. Okay, so it's not just one single thing. It's a community of communities. So we allow smaller community to be part and be like a colony, members, and interact. Uh, Anyway, I'm gonna share in the chat a few links. I know. Wow. I was just thinking about. I know those are the links for the calls you find there, and there is. I'm gonna share a couple of links if you want to know more about the DAO. But I see there is also another person that is new, which is Chuck. Chuck.
Yeah, Chuck Mangello. I'm Frost Candy in your community. I'm a programmer, business guy.
Nice. Good to have you here. And
Thank you.
it seems like you have no camera, which is fine. But if you do, we like
Uh,
to do this human interaction. We see our each other faces.
yeah, it's totally fine. I'm on a Linux back right now for my work. I'm at work right now, so that's
Yeah, yeah,
not
no
available to
stress,
me.
no stress. Um, anyway, so I give back the. So for those also that are new, Chimo is one of our
Community leaders.
community leaders. Thank you. Was there lost in my mind. Community leaders. So back to Chimo.
Yeah. Thank you. And congratulations on the 1008 members we have. That's so cool. Yes. So today's the first day, and we thank you, Vlad. We decided we should have a central topic, and then we decided we don't know what the topic is. So today, isn't that right, Sam?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we wanted to have something to structure so it doesn't become like somebody grabs the mic and starts talking for half an hour about the little thing they're doing with that. But because it's the first meeting, what we want to do is, on one hand, hear what you're doing, what you want to do, what you're struggling with regards to automation, briefly, yeah, please, and conversationally. So ask questions to each other, please. And then we will start to lead towards, okay, what are the kind of topics we want to have next week? Which doesn't mean we decide today, but it means we start to brainstorm those, share what you want to discuss next week, and then we can, fine tune that over the week. Okay? So with that, Sam, do you want to lead a little bit with what you're up to?
Sure. I've, as anyone watching the recordings will have heard me say quite a few times, I'm making a live voice bot or a live voice system. So the idea is you jump on voice. In this case, it's currently Discord, and you've got a voice bot sitting there, and you start talking to it. The pure interaction with it is verbal, so you can do stuff with verbal and visual. So if you're at your computer, you can talk and do stuff visually, but at the moment, my focus is ensuring a good, coherent, complete verbal response for anything you're doing. I'm making it deterministic so that at the moment, when you talk to it, it has a small program that it runs. I say small, but it's got a program that runs and it spits it back out to you immediately, and it talks to you constantly and easily. It fires off LLM stuff when it wants content, but it can churn that and talk to you that with the program. The use cases, as you can imagine, are fairly endless. But for me specifically, I'm dealing with commuting to and from work. I've got a 1 hour commute each way, and I want to make use of that. Working at work, I've got like trying to get note taking and stuff while I'm like, so I'm a machinist. I work on the lathe. I work in a metal mill and that sort of stuff. So I'm just like working with my hands, and I'm like, well, I'm done working with my brain. I haven't got anything left to do. Right, let's talk. Let's try and get something done. Yeah, so that's one of my priorities that I'm really heavy on, and I'm very dogged about it. So like every single time I'm jumping onto the AI, I'm doing a bit more on that, testing. I just collected a bunch of use cases, which is great. So I'm now able to have a bit more of a focus on some endpoints as to like, right, here is an end pipeline. Let's just make sure the channel works and that's where it wants to go for getting that use case working, that sort of thing.
Cool. Thank you.
Can
Anybody
I
else
add something
or ask
on?
questions? Any questions? Yeah, Manolo?
Yeah, no, on what Sam said, because once you explained to me, one of the problems that you're trying to deal is for the lack of constant internet connection. So sometimes you have a moment from when you travel or when you're at work where there's no internet, but you want to have still be able to buffer your conversation and then dealing with that part, which I find is a unique case scenario, which is pretty interesting.
So that's where what you talk to back and forward is actually the computer program, the deterministic side, and it gains value by talking to LLM in the background, but it's not required, which means that for the surface of what you're dealing with, you can open a file, you can read the file, you can play it back, you can edit it, all of that stuff without the internet. And then when you want to summarize it, generate a name, generate a new file, and that sort of stuff, then you go back to the internet and you wait for that to happen, or it updates you and says, yep, you're connected now, and we've updated all of these changes and all of the files have updated, and carrying on we go.
Cheers.
Yep. Any other questions? Somebody's on the chat.
So
Oh,
yeah,
that's
so I think I sort of have a relationship question, just because I'm kind of new, so I'm not really sure how this all interplays. But the Resonant OS has a bunch of different applications. Would this be an application that becomes its own, what do you call it, a Don?
So no, this would become this is a plugin or an add-on for the application. It would be a navigator to use, so that the add-on would work by becoming like this is the visual or this is the verbal of what you see in that part of Resonant OS, and then you would navigate using the voice system throughout different parts of it. You would have to, the user, when they pick this up, like I'm not going to create every use case, that's impossible. I'm going to create as much of an agnostic use case as I can for navigation, but it's not going to be perfect, obviously. So people are going to have to edit it for the navigation in the particular program they're going to be employing it with. But generally, yeah, it would be an add-on for Resonant OS.
Oh, okay. So it's a plugin for other applications in the OS, not its own add-on to the OS. Okay. All right.
cool. Any more questions? Sam? And also, you can all share screen if you want to share anything. Who else would like to share? Manolo, do you have anything?
I wanted to add what was being said now. So, how we're trying to work is to create, to instead of each one of us building the exactly same thing, okay, which we've been stuck, all of us building our own personal assistant, basically, okay, our personal AI that we control. We are all there, okay. Every single one of us has been investing hours and hours building that base layer because we're not happy about the one that we receive from the corporation. And instead, we should build one together, okay, and then create all the other things that we can build on top. So to augment the ability of this AI itself and we as a user of this AI. So that's why there is this idea of add-ons or plugins or whatever we want to call it technically, extra software that empower these the system. The the goal is not that everybody's going to have it, but there's like an app store, let's say, within the system, and you will be able to find the add-ons that you want, if you want, or build your own through using the SDK, so a standardized system that allows you to build for the Resonant OS. And what is really important for everybody to understand that this software that we are building, it's owned by the community members. Okay, that is the goal. So that's why we build one instead of thousands. We build one because we all own it, and now we can grow with it. Okay, we can do much more. That's what I wanted to add. But on today's topic, which is automation. Okay, it's something really interesting because the idea of automation. I just want to say this this couple of things. So if we think about, there is two things with AI. There is AI automation and AI augmentation. Okay, automation is we delegate to the AI. Okay, AI do something for us in the background. Okay, I delegate some work, and augmentation is AI gives me superpower. Okay, I can do more now with AI. So are two different kind of things. And while our uh, manifesto is really focused on augmenting us, not being replaced, because when you delegate in someone, you are replacing you. Okay, but we are not against the uh, the delegation. Okay, completely fine. Okay, we are gonna get to a level where we are gonna have to delegate a lot of works and so on. So there's nothing wrong. My idea has always been, okay, I want to have one AI that I can trust. Okay, my main AI, and that one is gonna do the delegation. So I have rapport, interaction with one single AI that I trust because he knows me, understand me, he knows my background, my story, how I think, knows everything about me. Okay, now that one should be able to delegate and create therefore automation system for in the background for me when it's needed for whatever reason. So that is my thinking that I wanted to share as a clarifying a little bit of even the philosophy of how we see, how I see personally the idea of what's the name? Delegation. Automation as well. So within Resonant OS, we added this add-on which allow Resonant OS to open paperclip. I don't know if you know what is paperclip here is. Okay, it's one of those harnesses for creating automation as a company system. So you automate a company, you create something really cool to experiment. And so it's part of Resonant OS. I mean, it's open source system, so you can have it by itself. But you can also open it within Resonant OS and have the main agent interact with it, interact with the memory, and so on. So this paperclip is part of something that we should, I mean, if you're interested in automation, multi-agent, building a company, that is something cool to have a look. End of my of my part. And hi,
Thank you,
Chris.
Manolo. Okay. Any other questions for Sam? No. Then Vlad wanted to share something.
Yeah, I don't know. I was thinking about what just Manolo said because this was how I got here. Because the thing that I want to create, the end goal for what I want to on the future is something like um, an interface that you only need to decide and do research, and this interface we will for example arrange your tasks for the day based on your attention span for that day, because sometimes you slept not so much, so you can make some bad decisions if you are working on something important. So the task manager will rearrange the tasks so you have more mechanical tasks, for example. So, and I think it's and our group, it's called Cyber Alchem because of this, because we think that the tools that we are building, just serves the purpose of enabling us and making our work exponential. So that's what I'm working right now. And the practical thing that I'm working is creating uh, a software harness that I can trust. So because if you ask to do something, probably you make a mistake. And right now I already work on the specification part, and my last work was the planning part because it's really hard to create a plan on the first pass without it making something that doesn't make sense or it's just some title. And that's what I just finished. And right now I'm trying to automate this. So this is what I've been working right now.
Cool. Thank you. Any questions? Any comments?
Yeah, I'm just curious, Vlad. You mentioned your group. It's like a misunderstood, or you said that you gave a name to this group. It's
Yeah.
you're part of a team of developers or something.
Yeah, right now it's three developers. So all my friends, one guy from my work, and the other is my best friend. So we are a group. I'll send something that we are trying to create some like a presentation thing and what our projects are currently. And yeah, we have three people right now, and we are looking for more. And the thing is that a lot of things that I'm doing maybe could be really easy to integrate in uh, Resonant OS. Right now, I created something that I never saw before. Maybe I'm wrong, but when you create a skill, a protocol, you don't have much room to test or tools to test it, see if it's working like you expected. So I created an experiment harness that really gets create the input fixtures and runs the prompts and skills and get the results and auto improves. So that's what I've been working.
Cool.
Thank you.
You
Yeah,
you
when
basically been you've basically been tackling the default problem that everyone starts with when they begin their journey with AI, which is great. Everyone does it. I went through it for months, and I'm pretty happy with where I am at the moment. But yeah, yeah, I find a lot of people, depending on their background and depending on how long they've been through, like how long they've been working on their harness with their personal journey, depends on how basically how far through it they are. So I'd be curious to see your work and see what you've done so far. That'd be quite cool.
Yeah, I can show you, and we
We could
can
we'll
trade
look at it in
ideas.
detail in a different time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not right now. Yeah.
Yeah. And Zolt, you were asking about Resonant OS. Yeah. We have different days. Can you see on the chat? Manolo can give you a quick answer now, but Mondays might be better. So it depends on the day. Manolo, do you want to answer to? Hang on.
yes, sorry. It's on GitHub. That's the thing. I need to update this website as things have changed since I created a website, and I create a really easy way to update the website, but still I haven't found the time to do it. So I'm gonna give you now the GitHub direct link. Why cannot type? For some reason I can't type on my computer. So give me a second, and I'm gonna find it. It's just giving me errors. Technology.
Tecnologia.
Technologia. Those videos are so funny.
Thank you.
Now you're on totally new level when you have 1,000 members. God, everything started to break.
Everything.
The big brother now you have you
All right.
inside.
Okay. No, I mean that is yes, exactly. So that is the Resonant OS, but the link that I'm sharing now is the Resonant OS version. Okay, and there is two things to look into. There is the main branch, and in theory, you should also be able to see the dev branch. So the dev branch is the most updated version because it's the one that we keep working and is updated, and we are hopefully gonna push, squash and push, as Tom would say, and to the main. So we are a little bit behind with the main, but we need to update the main. That's the thing, and I need to update the website. So have in mind that this is an alpha, okay? So it's not ready. Okay, that is something to really keep in mind. It's not ready. It works. It works on Windows, Linux, and Mac OS, and but there is an alpha. Okay.
Okay, I just want to want to test it a bit to see where is it.
Yeah.
Right now I'm using Hermes. This is similar to Hermes, but it's a bit better, as I understood. I was looking at your video.
The idea, honestly, I don't measure in idea of being better. I think it's a different thing. So, like I was saying earlier, the goal here is to create one AI that we can trust. Okay, and I wouldn't trust anything that I don't own. Okay, that's how I see it. Okay, so for example, Hermes, I think is a really good agent for doing agentic work, and it's probably one of the best open source, if not the best open source system. But that model is infrastructure is created to be agentic, okay, to do things, to do some work. And we don't control it. They can sell it at one point and we lose everything, okay? So we are out of control of that thing, but doesn't mean that we shouldn't leverage. So how it works inside the Resonant OS, I'm gonna share quickly the screen. I don't wanna have this call about this in reality, but how it works with the Resonant OS, let me find the screen to share, is we can open Hermes within Resonant OS. So this is how Resonant OS looks like. Okay, so we have the chat on the left, and then depending on which page we are, we have a different workspace. At the moment, we are on the website, sorry, in the browser. But I can click on Hermes and load up Hermes on here, hopefully. Come on. Perfect. So open this one. That's it. So Hermes is here now. This is the Hermes dashboard. Okay. So I can navigate and chat and do whatever I want with Hermes. I can work here 100%. Okay. If you haven't seen it, try this thing that is amazing. You can triage and so on. But then I can also talk with Augmentor. This is the main AI, the one AI that we can trust. Okay. And talk with this, do the strategy. This is high level thinking, okay? This AI knows us better than anyone else, okay? And then use this one to delegate, okay? Does it make sense how I see this
So
interaction?
Hermes is just a worker in the system, and this
Exactly.
is the okay. This
So
is the
that's how.
central.
Yeah, that's how we should see it. So to Hermes, that we can put whatever model inside. Okay, at the moment I use on Hermes I have Qwen 3.6 35 billion. Okay, so it runs locally, 100% Hermes, and so I strategize with this one. I send to Hermes to do some work, and it does the work. Then at the same time, I can also send it to open code. Okay, I don't know if you know open code is something similar to Cloud
Yeah,
Code
it's a
or
bit scary. Open
Codex.
code, yeah.
Say again?
It's a bit scary. Open code. It's a loose cannon. I was used to Claude before, and then when I installed open code and started running, I was like, oh boy, there is no safety in this. This is a loose cannon.
Yeah, I mean, you can choose the folder to say you work only in this folder, and that is how you make it safe. But yeah, so that is the idea. Okay, so we have an AI that we can trust this augmentor and have in mind. Okay, we can work together in improvement. All the lessons that we learned as an individual, we can say, okay, let's put inside this one AI. Okay, instead of building, each one of us building our own, we just build one. But said this, also the augmentor, this AI, let's say, is an add-on. So you can turn it off and turn on your add-on. Okay, so you go here. Here, this the list of add-on. It's going to change the graphic, okay? But this is the list of add-on that you can turn on and off. So you can go and change the memory system, whatever it is. That's how we want to work. Here is the what's the name? The terminal. So you can have the terminal within here and have the augmentor managing it. So you can, if you have a codex, open code, cloud code, whatever you have, you can work within the terminal as well. And that's how it is. So this is just an overview. Okay, I'm not gonna go deeper, but there's a lot of things, a lot of add-ons that you need to turn on and off according to what you want to use.
Yeah, I will figure out. Thanks for the intro. Yeah, now I understand a bit better what's this about. It's not. Yeah.
Yeah, so so Hermes is not a competitor. It's a tool that we can use and leverage, and we should because it's amazing. Uh, but we don't control it. Okay, so we as a community instead we should say we control it, and we have one. At least we need one AI that we control. Okay, that we trust everything and so on. Then everything else can be an add-on. They can sell it, change it, they can change the philosophy, go against what we're doing. We replace it. Okay, we don't we don't get stuck by anybody. Okay, we are as a community in control of the system. I want to say this thing. I got to go now. But the call carry on for another hour, so keep going, and I will watch the recording. Before I leave, is there any other questions that's direct to me or nice?
All good. Thank you,
All
Manuel.
right. Thanks a lot, and see you. I mean, Tom is here. Good. So see you
Hey,
on.
sorry.
Hi, Tom. No worries. No, I was just about to say we had a massive party celebrating these 1,000 subscribers. Sorry you missed the party, but now I'm about to leave. So, but the call carry on. We will catch up soon, and thanks a lot again. Ciao.
Thank you, Manuel.
Ciao.
See you, Manolo. Sorry I missed you.
Okay, Tom. So an update. We are sharing what people are doing with automation briefly, each one, and then we're going to discuss what we want topics we want to share for next week, maybe. So, who wants to share what they're up to with automation?
In the truth of being brief, we've got through one and it's taken half an hour. Go ahead.
I got some stuff running and I'm planning to do. If you
Go on.
want to hear about it, as you know, I'm a WordPress developer mainly, and recently, WordPress got an update officially that AI integration is very much baked into the core of it, meaning building MCP servers and connecting LLMs and whatever you want to WordPress is basically in 40% of the websites on the web now with WordPress. That's the market share of WordPress for top million websites. 40% is WordPress. So I personally, I'm preparing already some stuff. I have a fleet of websites that I maintain. This is a monthly retainer and whatnot, a network of websites. The problem is I'm a freelancer and I do this since 15 years, and I really don't want to do this another 15 years. But now I have enough to automate what actually I do with these networks and maintenance stuff. So it's pretty templatized. And my next goal is to automate all the content creation and maintenance, and delegate to an agent to do all this shebang. And basically, this is a self-sustaining system that generates passive income at this moment. So, and the good thing is, for example, for WordPress, now we will be able to do, like, one of my projects that I work on is we have a design system. I work with a bigger team also. One of my clients is a huge team, and they create designs. So they have like a design team that's like 10 designers. There's a lot of designers that just do that all day, design. And we have this custom website for what we build, and there's lots of editors. Now here's the problem: these editors, they have zero design eye for design. So when they start to use all the design components, it's a mess. So what we try to do now, and we start to have some success, is it's some kind of automation, but for this case is like we train an agent with the content that is existing already on the website, because these design blocks get coded into Gutenberg blocks. So Gutenberg is the editor behind WordPress that runs in the backend in WordPress, and it's attribute-based blocks. So each design element has attributes. So we start to just map out all these components, where they use what landing page for what kind of purpose it's used, how a landing page looks like. And the end goal is that so these people come, the editors, and they just come with their docs. They shove it into a form, into a text field. We take the data from that form, and then behind the scenes we create these pages then from that data, and the agent will just sort out, okay, this text is a heading, this is a paragraph, from this we can make a hero, this is good for a CTA, a call to action. And based on the context that they give us, which will be in the form, like, okay, this is this type of page, that type of page, it will automatically sort out this page creation, and hopefully, fingers crossed, the designers and will be happy that nobody breaks the website because they use elements in the wrong way, and the editors will be happy that they don't have to do this manually, because this is a massive struggle, and this is pretty big, like 20 editors. So lots of people doing lots of harm to design, and everybody has their own ego. I want my design always clean. I want my content always on the website looking good. And then, yeah, we try to fix this. And actually, this is what I'm working on: how to make this happen, and what are the limits. And
from that team that you describe, are you the only one that is taking care of the agent and everything, or do you have other people that you can?
It's me, and now I will include my two other colleagues, but I'm the only one who's doing the backend, the WordPress part. My other colleagues are doing front end Next.js. It's a headless website, so that's why the components are really crafted into anyway details.
Yeah. So we are anti-capture is part of the manifesto, but you might get captured immediately by Tom with what you've been sharing. I think there will be a lot of interest in what you're doing. Right, Tom? Are you hearing?
Oh man, yeah, absolutely. I've done a ton of WordPress. So I'm impressed that you built something like that. Wow, how far are you on getting this automation? How far along the
This
path are you?
actually, it's it works pretty well. It's not honestly, there is nothing black magic in it, and it's just, AI, go to these pages, read them, write yourself memory files, organize them. it's just it's just the concept of it, and then the rest is just throwing an MCP plugin for the website to connect the LLM, and goodbye, and that's it. It's
Yeah,
not
because you
big
already know
deal.
what to do. You already know what to
Yeah,
do,
yeah,
right?
yeah. So yeah, if
Okay.
you want, we can catch up PM, and then I can also show you this. It's really not a big deal, and it works. It's fairly easy to set up, but it can help a lot to automate content on the website. Yeah.
I love that it's WordPress specific. What's your intent? Are you just using it to help you, or are you going to try to build it to market, or what are you going to do?
No, this is just a problem we solve internally, and it's just fun. I never pushed anything like open source, and I don't have grandiose plans for this. It's just a fun project that it proves itself to be
Well,
useful, and it's on topic here.
well, the reason I ask is because I have probably 10 WordPress sites that are live right now. There's small things like my wife's swimming site and a wrestling team fundraiser site, just simple things, right? And I'm
Yeah,
all, if I could manage those with an automated tool and not have to, go in and manually do WordPress on each site, which
damn, you
which
can
is
even
fine.
publish from Discord. You just tell it, you just put the content in, and publish the page, and it's just does it with local LLM. This is one of my things, that anything I do with LLM, I do it with local inference, because I want to push it to the limit to see how much you can do locally. If the internet goes out and you have no Claude, I don't want to be. I want my inference to be with me. So
Yeah.
I'm doing everything in the boundaries of what is possible locally with local hardware. Okay, I have good local hardware, but still it's local.
Yeah. What are you running?
I
What do you
have
got local?
Asus, the DGX.
You got a DGX. What models do you have running?
Gwen 3.6, the 35 billion, the
Okay.
FP8, the FP8 quantized with VLLM, and I run Hermes on it, and it runs great. Even now, I'm doing some. I have a project where I have like a database of 14,000 people that I have to enrich the data, and then just like go agent, go do it. So yeah, building all these pipelines. Yeah.
That's beautiful. You're able to do it that small of a gear setup, and it's reliable. You don't have any troubles with it. With the agent itself, is it robust?
Honestly, this device, I also try to code with open code, and with this DGX device, it works to my surprise. I mean, okay, I know how to code, so I can pretty much also articulate what I wanted to do. But I was shocked to see that he can actually do it with local hardware. And yeah, I never max out my $20 subscription to Claude. So, but yeah, you can work with this, and you can run pretty interesting workflows with this. Burn tokens, 120 watts of usage. It can run forever.
Yeah, and you don't need it's not like you're asking it to write a book or do a physics problem. You're giving it discrete instruction sets that are
Honestly,
semantically strong.
even that you can ask, and it will do it. It will do it slower, but it will do it. This is the beauty of it. Yeah, and also I think this helps that you concentrate the task for smaller things. I mean, I'm not giving to write it PhD. Probably it will write PhDs better than actually run browser tools, and because when it has to click in the browser and run Chrome and stuff, then it gets a bit slower. But I guess all of them get slower. But it works. Honestly, we had a discussion on the general, and I was like praising this device because I was so very surprised about it and what you can do locally. It's amazing what you can do locally these days.
Yeah, those Spark devices are really intriguing, and all of these that are coming out with like specific like tensor-based CPUs and trying to change the architecture a little bit to give you a little bit more throughput on smaller platforms. It's amazing, really.
I also have a 1590 that the problem with the 1590 is that okay, you have to put a model that can reason for longer time. So you either the model is big and then you have not enough space for the context window, or the model is not so capable, and then okay, you have some context window, but it runs out of like intelligence, let's say it like that, because it's too small and it cannot run the tools correctly. But the 5090 is great for training or for really smaller tasks or Comfy UI. So with Comfy to generate data, I had a flow where I had MCP server like, hey, this is an art. Write me literally. This was my prompt. Write me an article about polar bears, whatever. So he had to write an article on the DGX, then go to the 5090 that runs Comfy UI, make a prompt out of the for Comfy UI out of the story you just wrote, generate an image, publish a page on the website, upload the image, attach it to the blog post, and then give me the results. And it's all by like, yeah, robot, just do it. And
That's
it
fantastic.
and it works locally. Yeah.
Great.
I would
Thank
love
you.
to see
That's
that.
great.
I'm a WordPress fan. I would love to see that.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Zolt. Momir, do you have a question?
Yeah, I just wanted to comment. This design system might fit with this what Michelle was presenting with atomic design, because this what Zolt is presenting are actually molecules, and he is a master of how to actually, because it's not just to make a molecule, but to create some kind of meta models in which people can fit depending on situation. You don't want to give everything to people because then they just make a mess, and it's not good for website to be messy. So it's not that somebody restrain, but the design needs some rules. And as much as I see, this is a system made in the practice, which defines how to actually fit design atoms into the molecules, which we were speaking. Sorry, Zolt, I don't know if you were here when Michelle was
Yeah, I
presenting.
was. I saw that.
So I
Yeah.
see maybe just it sparked to me that this might fit, not my area, but always project manager comes from me
No,
talking
but you
that
you are
there
you are
is something.
correct. You are correct. Also, WordPress has a system. It shifted. Well, it shifted from this BEM idea, block element modifier, like what he was presenting for this molecule, and then it grows up. So also WordPress now has a system where basically you have a theme for the site, and it has a JSON file which in you can configure the molecules itself, like, hey, primary color, secondary color, hex color. So it's a clear JSON file of how it looks, how a template looks, so everything. And also this Gutenberg system, we use this because these blocks that are represented by these Gutenberg blocks in the backend, they can return structured JSON data. So it's not just some mumbo jumbo HTML put together. No, it's like you can control very well what JSON data goes with what parameter described. So imagine it's a design system, it's a web system that gives you structured data on your design, whatever you want, and it's free. It's not like you go to other tools that like, yeah, come to us. It's you make a free website and then you're vendor locked because like.
Cool. That's great. That's great stuff. We want to listen
It's
to
not. It's
everybody.
not.
Yeah, Momir,
Uh,
we're gonna move to the next one now. That's good because we can have a discussion about this with Michelle and go deep into it. Yeah, if that's okay. Cool. Anybody else wants to share what they've been doing? Andreska or Chuck or Resonant Jones or Momir? Do you want to share what you're up to with?
I have something what I've been doing in tourism. I'm very active in tourism because Croatia is an intensive touristic country. And I was working in this EU founding, and then we found an opportunity to found a lot of projects that fights over tourism. It's a very big problem in Europe, and also in Croatia and Italy probably. And I made one automation how to create travel itineraries. It's very complex problem, and it takes one person 1 day to create custom itinerary for one, I don't know, American guest who comes into Croatia. And it's a lot of effort. So I was trying to see how make this process not automated totally, but make this process interactive and in different stages to just take AI power to generate poise, to create ideas, and then you filter out manually. And from that filtered pool, another agent creates proper itineraries. And it happens in, I don't know, 15 minutes of just easy work, and you have tons of itineraries, and then you can collaborate further on. This is a idea work in progress. The thing I wanted to share, I don't know, I don't know, maybe I could find it. Anyway, this is what I wanted to share last time also when we were speaking.
Cool.
I did it in anti-gravity, and it was also kind of, I know the idea because I was working a long time around that problem, so I had a clear picture what to get, and I actually made it. I have some beta version of that.
Thank you. Cool. Any questions about this? No.
Maybe
Anybody?
just one thing. Maybe Samuel could deploy his solution there because people when travel don't want to have a mobile all the time opening. So, and they when they are in I don't know mountains, they are off signal. So this is also one good maybe idea where to commercialize because it's a pretty big problem to when you need to have data offline even in the mountains and don't get lost.
And then you want to know where you're going. You want to know what your next appointment is or your next train ticket or whatever. Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
No,
simple
definitely
data
we'll be
that
able
can
to
be
do that.
stored. Yeah. We can check out. I can show you a little bit what doing and what is idea. But at the final stage of the interface with the end user, this might be deployed and very useful.
Cool. Okay.
Cool. Thank you. Okay, who's next?
I don't have anything like super special. I guess it's I'm in the process of adding in like context, like agent context scaffolding, like context management for the Resonant OS repo. I have like a method that I use that I outlined. I put a post in the group yesterday called the prompt nomicon, which is just like all of the different context management agent like protocols and stuff that I use to build quickly and like keep record of what I'm doing. But this is going to allow like everybody who wants to contribute to have like a more uniform contribution where the formatting is like the same for everybody. So everybody have their own ideas. They talk to the assistant, and then all the different assistants, if you guys use this, should be able to just make additions like using the same formatting, Git commits, and everything. So it makes it easier to keep track of what's happening and all that stuff.
Love it.
It shouldn't be anything that interacts with like the repo. It's just like going to be in the docs. So then I'll give everybody like the prompting template, and you give it to your assistant, and then everything that you want to do, it formats it into that specific thing, and you give it. You have to have a knowledge base on your own machine of like what you're using, so that the system knows what's in there. So the way that I use it is like I have like a delegation, like my own personal assistant. I use ChatGPT, so I'll have my account ChatGPT that I'm talking to in chat, and it has like 40 documents that has all the information that I use for the repo I'm working on. And so I'll say, hey, this is what we're doing. And it has like a code map and all these different things, like its own pile of stuff of what we're working on. But all of my own requests get filtered through my assistant. And then my assistant writes out the prompt in a special template. And every single one of my prompts follows that template. And so I keep a receipt of the summary so that I have like a summary, like a big document pile of like prompts, and then a big document pile of receipts. And all of that gets woven into a lot of my prompts. So it'd be like, okay, so work on this section, go read this document, and then do this. And then everything you put goes into these folders, you know? So it's very procedural. But I don't personally talk to the coding agents in a conversational manner at all. Everything is mediated through my assistant. I have to copy and paste, and like the system I'm building, Codexify, is my attempt at trying to crystallize all of my processes in a thing where you could just have a conversation with your main assistant, and then it manages everything for you. But with this method, I have my assistant mediate all of my coding projects, where I just chat and everything comes out structured. And if you wanted to put it in JSON, you could put it in JSON instead. Like Tom, I showed you the campaign runner, and like the way that that's meant to be put is like the prompts are everywhere else and the information is scattered, and like it's part of like when you use it, you like talk about what you want, but it grabs information from the repo and then organizes it in a way. That's what the code is for, the logic, to where it feeds the prompt like individual tasks in a campaign, and they're all related. And then it writes like a campaign, like what we're doing, and like narrates essentially. But there should be like campaign one, campaign one, and then there's like task one, task two, task three, task four. So I could put that in as well, and that makes it super easy to do stuff.
Do you have some templates that are like your main templates, or some, like, how many templates do you have, and like what are their categories in nature?
Well, the way that I was using the campaign runner for a while is that I use it like a goal, you know. So for when I conceived of it, it was just get to beta readiness. So I had like all of my documentation lined out of like what, like my ADRs and my architecture docs and all that stuff set out. And then I have like a master prompt. So it had like the super mega prompt that it was security and it was like features, and it was looking for specific features. So it's clearly outlined like what I'm optimizing for. And it would just go and audit everything, see how close we are to that goal, and then plan out, you know, individual tasks for a sweep of features. So I would always have a way to go back and look at what was done, you know, but since this isn't done like in the app, it's like done in the CLI, you just kind of press enter and then wait, and it's like, okay, I'm done. And I would go read the documents after. So
you have an archive library of all your prompt history, but it's kind of in a loose organizational file now.
I mean, it's organized. I don't have like a lot of stuff that's just loose. You know, everything is like very organized. Yeah, I could show you guys some stuff, and I could if you look at the Promnomicon, I posted it in it's like a projects thing. Everybody could look, and that has like, yeah, okay, it has a bunch of information on it, you know, and I just started using that. Like that's what I did for the Resonant OS, is I put it in there. I told my assistant to use it as like instructions and set up scaffolding inside of the project so that I could go ahead and start using this. And then I wanted to remove it. But you could use it as like a set of instructions. Be like, hey, go reference the Promnomicon, see if there's anything that's in there that makes sense, and then go do these tasks. That's kind of like what I'm trying to do, is figure out ways to compress as many steps into one thing where it's already managed, and like I don't have to do anything to say start step one, you know, and it already knows what to do.
Vlad, do you have any comments? I can see you're chatting.
Yeah, there is a lot of common things that you are working, and what is the basis of my system, because when I opened there, I saw that you have drift aware documentation, and you have this thing of uh, measuring what was the intent and what was the output, and working on the drift. So really cool. We've been working on this. Maybe we can do it together. And yeah, really
Yeah,
nice.
yeah. I also realized like my the Codexify code base I have on there, I made a mistake and there's not like actually any code posted. So I'm in the process of still just like pushing that over. It's like folders and stuff. I had my agent do some stuff and I'm just starting. I just posted a couple days ago. But today there should be more information in there later. So you guys, I think there's a Docker image that it's connected to, but I wanted to put the actual code for people to inspect. So you can actually, you can see like, yeah, the systems. And
Did you say you had it running as an add-on locally on your Resonant OS, or is it self-contained?
um I just put it on like my local thing, but I already removed the repo and I was just gonna leave the structure. So I'm almost done setting up the context management and then I could commit it. I have like my own branch, so I didn't want to like mess everything up or contaminate dev if people like didn't like it. So I'll just kind of let you guys explore that, and then somebody else can merge it if they want.
Okay,
Like
so
I
you
don't
did
know
put
what the hierarchy is.
no, that's
I haven't
fine. You put
committed
it,
it yet.
yeah. If you put it into a branch, just name it,
Yeah.
and then that let us pull it down. But if it's already an add-on, I would love to try it inside of the shell, see how it works, because I could actually
Yeah,
use it.
well, I'll install this whole thing as an add-on then and just make it official. And then you guys could choose to merge it after messing with it.
Yeah, that's the way to do it. If you do that, then we'll bang
All
on it a
right.
little bit, and then Manolo will
Yeah.
have to squash and merge. He loves to squash and merge
Yeah.
things.
My goal is just to make it easier for everybody to have uniformity across. Everybody has different ideas, but it sucks when there's drift amongst like a group of engineers because everybody has like a different jargon or a different way of saying things. So if you don't have to understand that, like if the machine and the repo understands all the jargon, then the model just has to translate your intent into the dictionary that already exists in the repo.
Yeah, and that's perfect because as this guild here is, getting guys geared up to work, as long as we can be standardized, so that we can, like you said, work in kind of the same way and things aren't slightly different. If we can
But
standardize a little
everybody
bit.
can have their own. Everybody can have their own workflow. As I was saying, if the repo has its own protocols, everybody can have their own workflow on how they do things, and the agents just kind of translate it. Does that make sense? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that way
Yeah, but that's what
when
I'm
it gets
saying. People
pushed
get
in.
to. No, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, sorry.
Um, it's so people can say messy people. You don't have to become a robot. We can let the robots be robots and people could be people, and you could just stay thinking, like doing the thing that we do the best is like being creative instead of bogged down with formality and bureaucracy. Let the robots handle the bureaucracy.
Sorry,
Yeah.
where can we see more about this? I didn't catch the link.
On the chat.
Huh?
Vlad shared it.
On the chat. Okay, I'll find it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Chris.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for listening, everybody.
Thank you. Mr. Geist, you said something about terminology term log. What were you talking about?
Unified terminology, because he kind of was it Resonant Jones kind of touched on it just now. We all have like different ways of calling things, and a lot of us are coming to like the same conclusions, but we're all coming up with our own naming schemes for different things. So one of the things we could probably do is try and figure out the same things that we all have sort of been doing, and then make a unified naming system of terms.
Yeah, like an agent.
I'm about it.
Yeah, like an agent programming, code structure. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Yeah, unified programming agent protocol. Yeah. Thank you.
Cool. Thank you. Who else wants to share what they're up to?
I'm just curious. I've got a bit of a question. A lot of you guys mentioned that you are working on the memory drift, Am I right in saying you're talking about the memory issues?
Yeah, like forgetting things, remembering the wrong things, or
Yeah. Memory.md, for example.
yeah. No, I use like inside of my system with Codexify. I use just like Postgres. I have like a RAG system that I use for memory, and it's able to remember like inside projects across chats and across projects, but it's not as strong as inside of the projects. I have Obsidian connections that I'm working on because I wanted to have like the LLM wiki thing, but like as hot swappable, knowledge bases that you could just that's easy to do. And then it's like the same thing on Manolo. Like I have Pi connected and Codex and Claude. I still haven't gotten through from Guardian to like the test work, but my UI and everything showing for the UI for what's happening, it's not happening. So the system is pretty much functional as a CLI, and if you just use it without the interface, but the interface is so pretty that I've really been pushing to get it to work, like the terminal inside of chat. It's harder than the ropes, but
We'll get there. We'll get there, man.
Yeah. You guys should just look at it on your own time. I don't want to have to show you this. Just, do it yourself.
No, it's great
Yeah,
stuff. Thank you, Chris.
I have been actually working on something myself. I'm trying to figure out a way to kind of optimize and make a tier system for the memory.md. So far, I've been like testing it recently with a lot of different VMs. I've been building a lot of different agents and trying to install the solution onto these agents that are running on different VMs. So far, the Pico chat seems to work out because I have like a type of ops center type system that's running, which kind of reports, like if this VM went down or this VM is working. So it's kind of like reporting things. So yeah. So that's what I've been working on. Basically, I'm trying to fix the memory.dmd issues. Because one of the things that happens is it becomes bloated, and when that happens, everything slows down. It needs to be trimmed.
Are you using like OpenClaw or is it Hermes?
I'm using Hermes, Pico Claw, OpenClaw, are the three main agents. I do mess about with NanoClaw as well, but at the moment, the last. If you say what I'm mostly working, definitely at the moment it's mostly Hermes and OpenClaw. So I've been trying to make the back-end databases. I've been using a lot of Quadrant, a lot of SQL, and using them to basically make a what's the best way to describe this? Dynamic memory solution.
Yeah. Okay. So that's what I have set up already. And so when you're doing like a memory.md, it's like it's just reading, it's going back and getting this like page and reading this note every time. And it's like, okay, but if they're not connected, then it's just a bunch of jumbled stuff. Like that's what the personal fact system is for. Like OpenAI has it in ChatGPT where that's separate from just chat history. So your chat history and your project history, the project context becomes like your memory. So you could have,
It's cool that somebody else is doing the same thing. Have you got the creative part of it working yet, where it can actually cross-reference the different memories and then come up with new conclusions yet?
I can. I don't have like the personal facts memory system working yet, but I can have that where I can ask it about other chats in the project. So the projects are bound together with like a vector store, and the vector store is all with like the same project ID. So there's like a chat ID and then a project ID, and everything is searchable within the project the ID. And you can go from different projects, but each project is like its own memory system. There's a knowledge base where you can upload documents, and you can reference the documents that are in the knowledge base. So I'm modeling a lot after like the ChatGPT interface, like because I like how that system works, but I wanted to make it look
Wow,
prettier.
sounds like you've. It sounds like you've really embraced the more like the rag part of it.
I
Yeah,
have a
I
use
use graph
case for
rag, so
this.
there's a Neo for the. Go ahead.
I've got a use case for this. I've been trying to work out getting agents and systems to be able to have their system prompt be like 5,000 tokens maximum sort of thing, for
you
the
could do that
purpose
with
of like
this.
really quick reference of like, here is a transcript, or here is a piece of content, summarize it, or here is a thing, return it, and it's just like a very quick turnaround so that you can get like high latency or low latency responses without it, and it's got like all of the rules around it are like your agent file is this big, your this file is that big, your that file is that big, and you can't exceed those things, and it does it gracefully. Yeah, so being able to reference documents like on the fly and keep everything really super small would be really cool.
Yeah, I have everything set up. You could do it all like through the CLI. So if you're running it, just without the interface, there's like a lot of stuff that is like missing out. I have like over 150 API endpoints. So you might have better luck looking at everything that's there and then building your own interface specifically for the features that you want to maximize on. Like that's part of the reason why I decided to open this up is like it's so big that it's become more like infrastructure. Like I can probably open this up and let like 100 different people make 100 different companies, and it's just like Postgres. Like it's like the basis for any chat interface agent, like the middle part.
Right, that'd be great.
Yeah.
I'll look into it.
I'm hoping that Manola might want to use this kind of like as the back end part for instead of how he was using OpenClaw stuff. Because then there could be like a network where everybody has different harnesses using the same kind of infrastructure, and you have interoperability.
Yeah. Are you only writing to Markdown and JSON, or are you doing like a dual write to a database or anything when you're storing that?
Well, Postgres stores just regular text as like regular chat conversation, and then there's JSON and JSONB and metadata. I have Markdown files, like so. There's codex entries, which are Markdown files, so like biographical, and then there's support for pretty much every other type of like file system, like textual file system. You have images like PNG and MP3, MP4, or I don't know. You have like a bunch of different stuff. But again, the back end is more developed than the front end as far as like functionality goes. Because all my tests are passing. Everything is like it's just the interface.
Are your tests passing or are your tests passing?
No, the tests are passing. I mean, you guys could just check it for yourself. You don't take my word for it. I
love how like LLM will come back to you and say, "Oh, the tests passed." Like, yeah, okay.
No, I get like live proofs and stuff, and I make sure. Yeah. I just haven't validated everything manually because it's a lot for one person. I've been doing this a year.
One question, like everybody is building on, we're building RAG type systems. One of the things I quickly ran into is my conversation histories, because I got like 20 different Discord channels with my bots, right? And I'm just running into massive Discord history sizes. And so what I did is I had it start writing dual write to a database so I can do semantic search, which is a little bit quicker than having it search through the file system. It's a little quicker to have a semantic, search if I'm doing a dual write. It's not all worked out, but it's one of the things I tried to implement. Just haven't got it all figured out.
Yeah, I mean, feel free to like add to. I need help, but also like I think you guys get a lot out of it, and you could make it your own thing. But if I could help like solve a problem that everybody's working on at the base level, and they're like, okay, I don't got to think about that anymore. Let me get to the part that I really care about, instead of having to make the bread. You know what I mean? Because you do like the whole, I don't know, the one night sandwich or whatever. Maybe you want to do bread pudding, and like the bread was the least interesting part. I don't know.
Well, the thing is, we don't need to all rebuild the same thing, even though we are all basically trying to build the same thing, because the need is driving the invention, right? We're all running into the same brick wall, and we're all trying to go around it. So, but we don't need to all keep doing the same thing over and over again. If we can take your stuff and Lego up we can all move
Yeah.
faster, right?
Well,
Absolutely.
so another thing. Okay, go ahead. Whoever was just talking, I talked a lot.
No, but it's an interesting debate. Like everybody wants to ask you.
Okay, so one thing I like to do is just with coding and getting other people's like code bases is taking their repo and putting it inside of the repo that I want to work on, and then telling my agent to analyze it and map it to mine. To be like, here, what is it that I have that this one has, and what is it that I'm missing? Can you take the patterns and then map it to mine so that I don't actually have to use this code as a dependency? And it like rewrite parts of the code base to make it yours, and then you don't ever have to worry about that being like, what are the updates or getting a break-in or even copyright? Because that's the thing, is that the copyright doesn't matter if the code is like physically different. But I've been doing that slowly with the Claude Code leak that has happened. I did that with OpenClaw when that first came out, and I was like, it was like a puzzle piece. Like, I'm like, holy shit, that was cool. But I
That's
don't
not
like
your
having to.
repo, is it? The rewrite.
I mean, I got to take a little bit of everything, But I've made most of it. It's just certain features that you're like, I want that thing, And so again, why reinvent it? Someone else did it already.
Man, since I started this back in February, I have started forking repos on a ridiculous level. Like it's different now when you can fork something and then build it and test it and improve it. It's way different. So I'm with you, man.
Yeah,
Grab what works and move on.
yeah, for real. And also, it gets me excited about making like small electronics and stuff for like people, like for your house. Like I have a dream of having camera arrays and speaker arrays, and I've always been weird about that stuff because of the middleman, like Amazon stuff. But if I can have it all running off computers and stuff in my house and all the models are local, I would love to have like a freaking like Zordon, orb in the corner and just be like, "What's up, homie?" And you can just tell me about what's been happening in my house all day. Or I don't know. There's a lot of creepy stuff that suddenly it's not creepy when everything is recorded. It's like on your computer.
Yeah.
A lot of people still find it pretty creepy.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I would have so much fun talking with my friends. Or if you could do like,
that's very true, Samuel.
Yeah, I describe some of the stuff that I want to do to my friends, and like, really, you want it to watch you as a camera all the time?
They keep telling me I'm building Skynet, and they say stop it. They say stop building Skynet.
That's funny.
Yeah, I've had the Skynet comment. Yeah.
Yeah.
But what they don't realize is that they'll go out and buy a commercial video camera to watch their driveway or their desk, their doorstep or something, and it's got all the same stuff in it. It's got all
there's
the
actual people
got
watching
everything in it.
I would like to say one more thing about to Resident Jones about the downloading of the repos and placing them inside. I've got something similar that I do, but it isn't actually the same. What I do is I have a Gitya, self-hosted Gitya, and it's basically configured to pull the repos that I like, and it pulls them, and I'm basically sharing that with I think it's an NF SMB or is it NF? I have to check, and basically it's searching through that.
That is wonderful. Mr. Geist has automated the fork.
So
you automated the forking.
Okay.
Yeah,
So you're
yeah,
able to do that without even having to download it. You're just able to read it there, like.
Yeah. So it basically updates. It keeps pulling it every time they make a change. It will download the new version.
Oh, okay, that's cool. I like it, man. I have to try that. I haven't. Thank you.
Yeah. Just make sure that it's somewhere where where it can actually pull it, and then you mount it to the right place where where your agent actually does look at the code.
Yeah. That's a good idea, just to keep up with all the new ideas.
That's something I love about the conversation like this is that someone in the same mindset can come in and say something like, "Wait, oh yeah, I should totally do that," and it was just something you hadn't thought of.
And make it compile to a staging server. You want to be able to look at it in a staging server. So I've learned that lesson the hard way.
Well, you rather start pulling
Yeah.
fast because I think all GitHub and everything will be full of like exploits rather than sooner than
Yeah, there
later.
is that. You've got to be very picky.
Yeah. Maybe we
And
need to have another
make
GitHub.
a cross before npm install. You know, I mean,
Maybe we need another version of GitHub because GitHub is it's not what it was. Maybe we should build one.
there is a project. It's called Codeberg, and it's sort of like GitHub, but yeah, they open source it. Anyway, you can host also Git locally. That's no problem. But yeah,
Yeah.
having a backup, it's but Codeberg is pretty awesome. Is built by some German folks that yeah, they are just developers and they open source it. So
Code
How do you spell?
word or code word?
Codeberg, I will share it.
Oh, word.
Thank you.
Cool. Okay, we're nearly at the end. Anybody else wants to share or ask any question about what they're doing? Get any input?
You're 2 bits in. We're going to use this to develop the next curriculum or the next set of meetings.
No?
Things coming to mind. Probably when as soon as you finish the meeting, a lot of things will come to mind.
Then
Yeah,
DM us.
just send us a message.
DM.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
message Sam or message me, and we will keep it up. Yeah. Okay. Anybody else wants to comment on anything or share? Or we're done?
I guess we're done.
It's Chico. Yeah, we want to hear, but we want to see you and hear you as well, if possible. So try to connect your camera because it really helps a lot.
You know,
Just
Zoom
a quick
works
thing.
on a phone.
Just a quick thing, just for everyone who doesn't know everyone here, just go into the chat and post your Discord handle, just so that we can easily find each other. It's sometimes challenging just to make that connection.
Yeah, and we'll get the hub working with Discord links and contacts. We're going to make this easier soon.
Yeah. Yeah, there will be better tools than Zoom, but at the moment, this is what we have. Sam, you need to put your handle on everyone, not on me.
Very good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, well, hey, thank you guys. I really appreciate you guys being here, and sorry I was late, but great job on everything, and thank you for everything. And if you need anything, hit me this weekend. I'll be coding all weekend like you guys, I'm sure.
All right, see you guys.
All right.
See you later.
Yeah.
Do it
Yeah.
again.
Sam,
Yeah.
if you
Yeah,
guys
guys.
a minute, Sam.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah. Cool. I'm going to. Okay. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, guys. You're going to get kicked.
You're gonna get kicked out. And Ray, well, you didn't talk at all, Ray. Next time I will be more pushy, having everybody talk.